Welcome to our pharmacy. Patients and doctors don't always have a chance to come in and see what we do here, so we'd like to show you a little bit of what we do. We have made substantial investments in this facility so that we can fulfill our mission of having our patients achieve their best outcomes through exceptional quality medications. Let's begin with our sterile room. This is where we make our injectable and inhalation medications. Making sterile medications is the most complex aspect of compounding. When you put medicine directly inside your bloodstream, there's a higher risk that bacteria or other contaminants may create an adverse reaction. So those types of medicines need to be made in a sterile facility. Not all pharmacies do sterile medications, but the ones that do are held to the highest standard because they are inspected every year by the Board of Pharmacy. We keep this facility under very tight controls and go above and beyond to make sure that everything done here is safe and effective. For example, we're required to test the surfaces for bacteria every 6 months, but we test them every month because we don't want to wait that long to find out if there's a problem. One thing that makes us unique is our finished product testing. Every product that comes out of the sterile room must be tested for sterility, and all injectables must be tested for endotoxin. Most pharmacies send these samples out to outside labs. We do all of our testing in-house because we want to have control over the quality of the testing and make sure that everything is done exactly appropriately to ensure our patient's safety. This is what we call the NIOSH room. The NIOSH room is where we make any medication that is considered hazardous by OSHA. This room is a negative pressure room, so air flows into the room through the HEPA filters and out so that everybody in the room is protected from any chemical that's being compounded in here. Throughout the entire facility, all compounds are made in powder containment hoods. These hoods contain the chemicals so they do not spread elsewhere into the pharmacy. In addition to these rooms, we have invested in state-of-the-art machinery and equipment to make sure that as we process every compound, they're done to the highest standards. We deliver medicine in a wide variety of dosage forms: capsules, creams, suppositories, and sublingual dosages, like troches or rapid dissolve tablets. Now let's look at how we make creams. This is a great example of how quality is not just impacted by the raw ingredient that we put in the cream, but how it's processed in the pharmacy. We make sure these creams are well mixed and homogenized through equipment like this electric mortar and pestle, which spins inside the jar to mix the cream, or this even more sophisticated speed mixer, which uses rotational speed to mix the cream inside the jar. This ensures that every gram of product has the same concentration of active ingredient, so that each application delivers a consistent therapeutic dose. Next, I'd like to tell you about the quality assurance protocols we've put in place to ensure the best patient outcomes. One of the most important decisions we make is where to source our raw materials. What many people don't know is that most all active pharmaceutical ingredients are sourced from China and India. While this isn't necessarily a problem, we have to be very cautious about the quality of the chemical that's being imported into the United States. The FDA registers facilities all over the world. Once a facility is registered, they can ship medication to the United States. But 8 out of 10 of those facilities have never seen an FDA inspector in the last 10 years. We want to make sure that every raw ingredient that we get has been from an FDA inspected facility, not just a registered facility. Not only that, when the medication comes to the United States, we want it to be rigorously retested here to make sure the potency is correct, to make sure that there are no impurities that are unacceptable before we bring it into the pharmacy. And finally, we review every certificate of analysis as one of our pharmacists looks over every raw material that comes into the pharmacy to make sure it meets our standards. After all ingredients have passed inspection by the pharmacist, they're then barcoded so now we can track it throughout the pharmacy. Prior to making a prescription, a technician will take the chemical and scan its barcode to make sure it's absolutely correct for that formulation. Then when a technician weighs each ingredient, our balances are integrated into our computer system, so if they accidentally weigh the wrong amount, they're instantly alerted by the computer to reweigh and correct their weight. As a final step, a pharmacist reviews each and every prescription that leaves the pharmacy, including the log, the prescription itself, and does a sight and smell check of the finished product to make sure everything meets our high standards. In addition to our own high quality assurance standards, we are inspected by 2 certifying bodies: the California State Board of Pharmacy and the Pharmacy Compounding Accreditation Board, PCAB, to make sure that we are up to date with the latest standards in compounding. Beyond our day-to-day protocols, we send a significant amount of finished products to outside labs to be tested. The California Board of Pharmacy only requires that pharmacies test 1 finished product per year, but we believe testing is one of the most important ways to evaluate quality in a pharmacy. We exceed the industry standard of testing 10% of our daily volume every month, and continue to use that data to improve our quality assurance. At Koshland Pharm, our goal is to make the highest quality medication possible. That's why we go to such great lengths to source the proper raw ingredients, to do lots of internal quality assurance, and to do lots of finished product testing. We believe this is what produces the best patient outcomes and results in every patient's good health. I'm Peter Koshland. On behalf of everyone here at Koshland Pharm, thanks for taking our virtual tour.